713-7-105, Tennessee Code annotated to rezone from O1 Office Professional District to A2 Rural Residential District, Loudon County Tax Map 58, parcel 095.00, located at 5075 Ritchie Road, Loudon County, Tennessee, situated in the first legislative motion.
The couple that own the property are sitting there, and it's a move from office to residential, and it's the piece of property on Watts Cemetery Road next to Lorenzo's Restaurant.
No, it's on Ritchie Road, it's on the west side of Lorenzo's.
Okay, I misread it then. So it's on Ritchie Road going down the other side towards Von Orr Road.
Yes, sir.
Is it first or seventh?
That's the first.
First district.
Fourth.
Yeah,
I
It would
did
be,
fourth now.
it's in the fourth now.
I think it's very close down there where Sam Teague lives, down that area, or close to it across the street, if I'm not mistaken.
It's right next to Lorenzo's.
Okay,
So, yeah, that's moved to the fourth district.
That's in the fourth district now.
Okay.
Yeah, make that correction.
Any comments?
I mean, to me, you're going, anytime you're going from, commercial to residential, it's a plus.
Thank you.
Any other comments? We'll put that on the April 4th commission meeting.
Thank you. The
Thank
next
you.
one is a resolution amending the zoning map of Loudon County, Tennessee pursuant to chapter 713-7-105 Tennessee Code annotated to rezone from C2 General Commercial District to A2 Rural Residential District, Loudon County Tax Map 025, parcel 01200, located at Interstate Lane, Loudon County, Tennessee, situated in the 5th Legislative District.
Mr. Chairman, I had
Go
a
ahead.
call from the fellow buying the property. I don't know if he's bought it yet or he's going to or whatever. This is down off Sugar Limb on what used to be part of Hotchkiss Valley Road. It's where the Sheriff's Department's gun range used to be.
Oh, I know.
If that gets you word where I'm talking about. And this guy's planning to move him in a home down there. They're gonna have a little mini farm down there. And I told him anytime I saw commercial going to residential like that, I was 100% for it. So I think it'd be a great fit for that area. Way better than commercial was.
Any other comments?
I just want to ask Jim to explain, I mentioned going from, the 5 acres to 2.5, what we talked about.
This is your addition to the agenda.
Yes, and just real quick, explain what we've talked about in terms of, you can do whatever you want to with 5 acres, and how I'd like to see that go to 2.5 acres.
So currently, 5 acres or greater by Tennessee law is not considered a subdivision. So they subdivide it off, they get the 25 feet of road frontage, and they take those plats and record it. As long as all parcels are over 5, they don't go through the planning office. Anything less than 5 acres is required to have 50 feet of road frontage at this time. Of course, what you're discussing is creating some different road standards to allow large tracts of ground, 2.5 acres, whatever that may be, to have a different road standard than what's required by our subdivision regulations.
What's required for 5 acres?
Well, 5 acres, if you're doing simple subdivision of the property, you're just bringing 25 feet back down to a county standard road. If you're just doing what I call simple subdivision, where I'm having 50 feet of fee simple property on anything less than that. But what some of the interest has been is creating a different standard of road. We have shared driveways. You can create up to 2 4-acre lots off of what we call a shared driveway, which is a county approved standard of construction of this road. It's a 25-foot strip of land that has a county standard road that meets certain criteria for a gravel road, maximum length of 500 feet, certain slopes. And you can have up to 4 2-acre lots off a shared driveway. That is one method of subdividing that has an approved road method. What you'd be referring to is like, say, if I do 2.5 acres, is there a way to create a different road standard? So I build this road in this manner, I'm allowed to subdivide lots off of that road as an approved road, even though it's not a county road. Shared driveways are not county roads, they're not implemented.
And never will be.
Never will be.
And it's
They
just
have
like Tellico
maintenance
Village,
agreements.
they're all private roads and would never become the county's
Yeah, a road like
responsibility.
Tellico Village, it doesn't have curb and gutter, it doesn't have, you know, they have just, different width requirements that we require most of our subdivisions.
They gotta be paved or can it be gravel?
I think that would be, if you create a new road standard, it would probably depend on what you wanted that standard to be.
On 5 acres, does it have to be?
5 acres, you know, unless you're creating a county road through 5 acre
Well,
tracts.
let me give you, for instance, Lakeview Road. Don't wanna call anybody's name, got no issues with what it is, but here's a good example. You've got, just up past my farm on Lakeview Road,
Okay.
he's doing the 5 acre
Yes.
tracts,
Yes.
and he's got a road going right through the kind of middle of it.
Yes.
Each parcel has a flag to
Yes.
Lakeview,
Yes.
so what is that road? Is that
We don't look at it.
we don't even look at
We
that,
don't look at it because he has road frontage to each
to
lot.
each lot, so it
what
didn't,
he has created is ingress, egress right of ways across those properties and just put them in a road that they.
and
can
that's
use.
because it's 5 acres or more, right?
Well, not only that, but it's also because he has the proper road frontage. The way I look at it is if you created 1 acre tracts that all had road frontage, but you wanted to say everybody have an ingress, egress right of way, they can build a 1 access to access those properties. And that's what he's doing.
And is there a limit to the number of 1 acre lots he can have on that road?
4, no.
Well, no, he has road frontage, keep in
Just the
mind.
road frontage,
All
no
his
big
roads have
difference.
county approved road frontage, which is Lakeview Road.
And for those that feel like they kind of jumped into the middle of this conversation, what we've continuously looked at is density. Density. We know now, Coach and the rest of us being in the meetings, we know that the citizens don't want high density. Nobody's opposed to development, but density is where we draw the line. So under this 5 acre thing that exists right now, what it does is it sort of encourages developers to do large lots. When you do large lots, you tend to have larger homes. Most time, if you can buy a $250,000 piece of property, you're probably gonna build a larger home on it. So the ideal is the 5 acres, not having to go through Jim, you've done everything, just go build your $500,000 house, which nowadays is not that much house anymore, but, so the conversation that Adam had with Jim is, could we mirror that and bring it from 5 acres to 2.5 acres, which developers would like? You're still encouraging less density and larger lots. My question is gonna be, the 5 acres is in state law. Can we even do a 2.5 acre? Would that be a legal?
And circumvent planning, coming through planning, cause that's the only thing the 5 acres is giving you, it doesn't, 5 acre plats can go straight to the register of deeds, they're not a
Right.
subdivision, it doesn't go through the planning office. So that's the only advantage they have by being 5 acres, they're still required the road frontage as every other tract. And talking with one developer that was talking about doing larger tracts, he's saying, I'd be happy to do a larger tract, I just don't wanna build a 24-foot road with curb and gutters. I want to reduce the road standards, maybe build a narrow road, eliminate curb and gutter, go to some type of, different shoulders, you know, whether it be stone or whether it be grass, and that would reduce the cost, and I'll do a bigger lot. We would just have to create what that standard of road looks like.
As I was today knocking on doors, I was on, White Wing Road. And I turned out a new road I had never ever seen before. And the name of the development is Trinity.
Equestrian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Never seen it before in my life. Now it was snazzy. Wound up talking to the guy that owned it. And what his plans are, I mean, what he's got right now is 5 acre lots. I see you making faces because I remember there was some controversy out there. But now he's built a heck of a thing out there. And if he can sell those 5 acre lots and put $1 million houses on them, that's probably a plus. Which
But-
really,
But what you're talking about doing, isn't that gonna create more of a workload too in the planning?
they don't even come to
department?
planning.
Well,
Well, if you
That
cut
would
it
be
to
it.
2.5,
They don't come to planning. they go straight upstairs to Tracy Littleton's
That
office.
subdivision did come to planning because he did bring all his lots to a county.
His was different, absolutely, yeah. His doesn't fit in this one, I just wanted to ask you about that.
What
while I
I'm
think about-
saying is, I know 5-acre tracts go straight upstairs, but if you cut it to 2.5-acre tracts,
Same thing, go
That's what
straight
they're asking
upstairs.
for, is to cut it to 2.5 where they can go straight upstairs and not go to planning.
2.5 would be the same as a 5 right now. Again,
It would
just
promote larger
larger lots.
lots.
I don't think the problem is going through the planning for review of a plat as much as it is the requirements for the infrastructure required for creating the county road.
But the
Whereas
one-
there's no infrastructure requirements for 5 acres because it didn't come down here.
But if we go to a 2.5, if they go to 2.5, there are infrastructure.
well, that would be to be determined.
So we need to
Just
establish,
keep in mind, yes, there are requirements. If I have 5 acres that every lot flags lots back down to Davis Ferry Road, there's no requirements. But if I just wanna go up the middle of my property and start creating 5-acre lots, you have to put
Right.
a standard road in. That's the only thing we will be eliminating and changing, is if you reduce the standards for that road, not being 24 feet wide, curbs and gutters and all the stuff that goes along with that. Because you still have to have a county-approved road to join your tract to.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
just something to think about between now and next workshop.
You
That
wanna
could
do
be-
anything with that?
No, just next workshop.
Okay.
that
discuss
could be
it.
costly too, when you start talking about doing that for the roads, cause I know there's a road in particular, if you start taking some standards away from roads, it could later down several years from now, cause I know there's a road out in First District that was built with very little, they were under county standards. Well, the city annexed it in, and now all of a sudden the city is having to fix this road, and it's gonna cost the city like $650,000 to fix this road, and this road's not.
this conversation doesn't do anything with roads. This conversation leaves the road private. The county doesn't have anything. If the property has road frontage, like he's talking, I wish I had a picture of the one I'm talking about in Lakeview, because it's exactly what we're talking about.
I think that would help.
They all have road frontage property. They don't, and then the road's just a community road, and it can go in as any standard they wanna put in.
It's a
I
private.
So
know,
it
but
doesn't cost-
I'm just saying down the road, if you're starting to
Not
talk
ever.
about
In 100
2.5.
years, it will never be a county road. It'll never be built to county. The ones that are 5 acres are not built to county
It's the
standards.
same reason why we can't accept Telco Village roads, because they're not the county standards, so they
Well,
remain
plus they're a private
roads.
entity as well, and according to TCA, we can't touch them,
That's right.
No.
so.
But this,
Yeah.
whether it's 5 acres or 2.5 or 15, whatever it is, it doesn't change the impact on the planning office. They're not gonna have any more to do or any less to do. The 5 acres don't come through planning, they do their own thing. The 2.5 acres wouldn't come to planning, they do their own thing.
Yes, but you were also talking about changing road standards.
No, that came in the conversation. The idea of changing any road standards to anything isn't there. This is to apply just like the 5 acres did.
Okay,
All right.
Something maybe Jim might even just have I think we have a workshop coming up tomorrow night? No, when do you meet now?
The 12th.
The 12th, okay. Isn't that when the workshop is?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
that's trash night.
Huh? That's what?
That's trash night.
Right.
Trash them. Jim, both of these will be on April 4th. First thing at the public hearing.
Thank
You have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
Thanks,
you.
Jim.
Okay, next up is County Procurement Director Susan Husky on 2 copiers.
Request a 5-year lease for the UP Agricultural Extension Office. The lease would be $63.04 a month. Currently, they have no cost for a lease. That's a long story, but very few departments have lease expenses at this time due to a big separate company, so the county has benefited from that, so. And then the other one is 2 machines for Loudon Elementary School. It would be $106.11 per month per machine. And, at the end of that lease, we could buy those machines for $1.
Any
Randy,
questions?
I got a random question. So for a copier, do we pay that lease amount and then just cover the cost of toner and paper and ours to use, or we
No,
pay
we
per?
we pay a little maintenance fee in addition to this, and
Okay.
that fee is .0065. Actually, it's less than that, it's dropped per copy,
Okay,
and that includes your toner and service, should you need service on the machine.
.0065, so less than a
It's
cent.
dropped now, I think, .006.
They include the toner and stuff now on a lease?
In the contract.
They include toner now in the lease contract?
With that additional, it doesn't come with the lease, but we pay a maintenance fee in addition to that. That maintenance fee is .0063 or 4.5 per copy. So what we do is we estimate, we say purchasing's gonna use 10,000 copies, whatever that is, times .0064. Then we pay that in addition to the lease, and that includes toner and labor for any repairs. It does not include all the parts, but most of the time it includes parts,
Wow,
so it's a great
Good
deal.
deal.
pretty cheap.
Anytime
That's
you-
64
before it goes
bucks.
down, they're quick to get on it.
I've worked higher so many times over the years, I could have been an employee.
Educate everybody up here, because I think I emailed you and asked, so the construction is 2 phases.
Yes,
We're changing the courthouse construction. So we had just approved construction on phase 1 of the reconstruction for 3.6. And that's just for,
the shell and masonry repairs
and then we have phase 2, which is the entire interior.
would be the entire.
When you say shell, does that mean the roof?
Oh,
You know, I didn't look at that, it didn't include the roof. It's actually the shell and masonry and what's.
So
included.
3.6 still don't get us a roof?
I don't know, I'd have to look. Did you read
I
it?
don't think, I don't think the roof ever is included in the shell, it's,
In the shell.
So phase 2 will include the roof and interior.
So 3.6 isn't even close.
The insurance company has a lot of money tied up in this deal.
Oh, boy, don't they?
what
And
did
then-
did they ship the original agent out to Siberia somewhere? He's
They
not,
did ship him off somewhere,
they did,
did.
I do have a question, Susan, on the copiers. I'm just kinda surprised to see that we have a copier that falls under the schools. I mean, normally doesn't that fall under the school's budget? Cause it says Loudon Elementary's
It
copy.
does, but because it's a 5-year lease, because it's a multi-year lease,
It's gotta go
I'm
through
required to
purchasing.
bring it for commission approval because I'm committing, funds over a period of 5 years in signing a contract.
That way you don't have to renew it every year.
They give us a mobilization date, when they're gonna be on site.
That's your first mistake.
We also trade commission about our surplus
Yeah,
property.
that's what she said. School.
Just to inform commission about our surplus property.
3 vehicles today, we moved 3 vehicles to sell on gov deals. They all came from the sheriff's department. 2 of them were 2007 Crown Vics, I believe it was, and one was a
14.
Dodge.
14 Dodge Charger.
Charger.
That had more miles on it than the Crown Vics did, so.
They drove a lot.
I bet.
blue lights on one of them.
I'll take
Any
it down.
further questions for Susan on the copier contract? Okay, they'll be on April 4th commission meeting. Thank you,
Thank you,
Susan. Thank you. Tracy Blair.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, that's fast.
I know. On the next county commission agenda, there will be approval of the litter grant for next fiscal year. We get this grant every year. There are no matching funds. Approval of the statutory bond for the director of accounts and budget. Also, acknowledgement of the county's portion of the TCRS contribution rate, and it will not change. That percentage remains the same. I distributed spreadsheets in funds 115 and 131. These are recommended by the budget committee. They were reviewed at their meeting. You did not get a copy of the county general fund amendments because I have to make some adjustments to it. So I'll make sure that I get that to Tammy so that it can be included in your packet of information prior to the meeting. Also, something that you do not have a copy of because I don't have it prepared. There's a requirement that a resolution for all budget amendments in each fund is submitted to the comptroller's office each month with whatever funds have amendments approved. So I will prepare a resolution that will encompass all budget amendments that have been approved this year, from July through March or April, depending on when I get it prepared. If I can get that prepared in time to send it to Tammy, then it will be on your next month's agenda, and then we'll go month by month after that. And I also did that to the comptroller's office. If it's approved.
Is that just something new?
It's been done,
You knew about it. Okay.
so here we go.
Well, that's kind of nice though.
That's all, that's it.
Hey, thank you, Tracy. There's nothing else on the agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I brought this before the Budget Committee today. I've been trying to get some numbers from Covenant Services, and what I'm going to do is I'll get with Tammy probably the last of this week. I'd like to draft a resolution where we will be sending to Covenant CEO Jim Vandersteep a request by County Commission, and I'll also take this before the City Council to see if they will not purchase new land and a new building for the clinic that we have currently here. And I was hoping by having some numbers, we could validate the increase that we've had. It would help also the city of Loudon and also Tellico Village. But the most important thing, it could give Covenant Health Service a strong foothold in the city of Loudon, because we've got several doctors in the next 3, 5, 7 years are going to be retiring. And I think it's important that we continue to provide as good a health service to the population in these areas as we can. So that's the reason I'm bringing this before, just to let you know, FYI. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want anything added on the 4th, or just let it sit for a bit?
I will try to get the resolution. I'll get it to Tammy hopefully this week, and then we'll pursue it. If not, then we'll hang tight until the next meeting.
Okay, we'll
Whatever.
put a question mark on that pending on your information.
Yes, sir.
I have something. Come in here. Did she leave?
Susan?
Okay. I know that she had sent us a tally of the architect stuff. So, for the storage and maybe addition to the library, so let's put that on there, because she may be ready to move forward with that. I know that, she took our evaluations, put them together, and there is a numerical, winner, yeah. So I don't know how she, what she does after that, but I don't think we need to wait another month to get it going.
Did she ask us to pick one of them now again, to go through that on the email that we got?
I didn't see that. I mean, I think it's a pretty clear winner.
Well, I'll put it down for
So-
April 4th.
And then we can, and I'll talk to her between now and then and see if
We
there's
we
anything-
still can't know anything?
It
mean,
it
you're-
just says in this email, please advise the final selection, and let me know so I can prepare the, award, correspondence to the successful firm.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, but
Well, it's awarded, probably not. That would be my assumption.
Yeah. Just as attached are the evaluation results for the architect services. It appears from the solicitation responses and evaluation results that all the architect firms provide quality service. Please advise a final selection and let me know so I can prepare the award response. So
In other words,
that
you
for
want
the-
me to just
that's,
pick one of them, right?
is
I
that
thought
for,
that's what the numbers were for.
is that for us or for the county commission to pick?
I don't
I
believe
didn't
county
get that
commission got
email.
nothing in it.
No,
I
that keeps the
didn't
brother-in-law
get
aspect out of it. Nobody can get brother-in-law on it. That's hers. Once she
Okay.
has that
I wonder if we just need to
recommendation
reply to her email.
We just replied.
So
to
we'll
her
do
email.
that. Okay. But anyway, so that should be wrapped up though, and ready to go.
When Tammy puts out the notice for any items for the next commission meeting on the 4th, let her know if you want it on or off under your name. Okay?
Thank you.
Anything
Well,
else?
Yeah, with that being said, if they get all their documentation submitted, I don't know, Susan and I talked about the library grant, and we were waiting on all your all's information, cause there's part of that that has to be included. So I don't know if I'll have something to bring, but if I do, Tammy, I will let you know about that too.
The library grant.
Okay. Mayor?
Already approved.
It's already approved, I just, if there was something I needed to bring forward to.
May 24th, 25th, 26th, TCSA Post Legislative Conference. Currently got 4 rooms, but I don't, anybody wants to go, let me know. 2 of those are still available, but let me know within a week anyway, so I can turn those back over to the state.
If you want to attend, let the mayor know. Okay.
I won't be able to make it, Mayor. You can go ahead and get my room.
Is it over at Harris and where?
Okay.
You make us stop.
Won't be going. If they can't have Loudon
Anything-
County, I don't need it.
Anything further to come before the county workshop?
Go home.
Okay, I'll call for an adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
We got a second?
Second,
All in favor?
uh,
Okay, we are adjourned.
That was quick and painless tonight, wasn't it?
Get together this week or next week and just call him. Because it seems like they may want to write like what they're wanting.
Ellie, you want me to?